So you know how I said I was going to do creepypasta readings at some point? Well, I know it's been a long time, but I finally decided to do it. I chose a creepypasta called Killswitch. It's not too bad, I think, and it's good to start off the series. So here I go. In 1989, a small company known as the Curvina Corporation released a strange computer game, an early example of the survival horror genre. This game was said to have similarities to later games Myst and Silent Hill. So few people, though, have played this game that we only have the word of a handful that these similarities exist. Because this game had a unique feature, it automatically deleted itself once finished. It was not recoverable, and it could not be copied. It was a one-time event that existed only in the moments between the player's initial start of the game and the player's last move. The game was called Killswitch. At the game's opening screen, players had the option to play as one of two characters, a visible human woman named Porto, or an invisible demon called Ghast. Ghast's invisibility, by the by, didn't just mean that he was invisible to the non-player characters that populated the game. No, he was fully invisible, such that the player couldn't even see where he was. No players have ever been known to have successfully completed the game as Ghast. Both Ghast and Porto had unique abilities, which made the game experience completely different depending on who the players choose to use. Porto would grow or shrink in size randomly, and Ghast breathed fire. The gameplay was as follows. Porto awakens in the dark, with wounds on her elbows and no idea how she got there. As she searches for a way out of this strange dark place, it becomes apparent that she is moving through the levels of a coal mine at which she is once an employee. The mine, however, has been shut down and is now populated with demons like Ghast, dead foremen, coal golems, and inspectors from a coal mining corporation called Sovatic. There are no bosses as such. The game consists solely of Porto moving through tunnels, her size helping or hindering her as it continues to change unpredictably. What happened to the mine to land it in its current state? Porto discovers its fate as she journeys through it. After a ridiculously complex puzzle involving the cracking of a difficult cipher, Porto discovers that the mine had been under extreme pressure to increase coal production, which led to the foreman falsifying reports of malfunctions to explain the low output. The false reports prompted Sovatic instigate what they called an inspection. This inspection, a series of crude but horrifying graphics reveal, consisted of red-coated men inserting small knives into the joints of the workers whenever production slowed. In the workers' defense, the fires of the earth seemed to be demons like Ghast, awaken the hearts of the mining equipment. Driven by the now sentient machines, the inspectors vanished into the mine. The machines, though allegedly intended to avenge the workers, were both massive in size and indiscriminate in scope. They would destroy anything in their paths, including the workers they were supposed to be protecting. During the chaos, Porto was knocked into a chasm, where the fumes she inhaled caused her size to begin fluctuating uncontrollably. Eventually, Porto escapes with a tape recorder containing the mine's terrible story, but as she crawls through the final tunnel, the screen goes white. That is the end of the game. The Corvina Corporation released only 5,000 copies and refused to put out further editions. A press release sent out by the company in 1990 saying the following: Killswitch was designed to be a unique playing experience like reality. It is unrepeatable, unretrievable, and illogical. One might even say ineffable. Death is final, death is complete. The fates of Porto and her beloved Ghast are as unknowable as our own. It is the desire of the Corvina Corporation that this be so, and we ask our customers to respect that desire. Rest assured, Corvina will continue to provide the highest quality of games to the West, and that Killswitch is merely one among our many wonders. The use of the word beloved caught the fan community by surprise. Nowhere in Porto's storyline had Ghast ever appeared, or vice versa, were Ghast's and Porto's lives inextricably conjoined in ways that no one had hitherto figured out. Theories abounded about what Corvina had meant. Did Ghast become fumes inhaled by Porto, triggering both her size-changing ability at the beginning of her story. If one were to get past Ghast's earlier levels, would one be able to play as both Porto and Ghast simultaneously? Players rushed to get their hands on copies in order to decipher the riddle, but no copies were to be found. Indeed, coming across a usable copy today might be right next door to impossible. In 2005, a mint-condition copy was sold at an auction for $733,000 to a Japanese man, Yamamoto Ryuichi. Many believe this is to be the last remaining copy. Yamamoto was aware and had intended to film and broadcast his progress through the game, but only one video ever appeared, a 1-minute video and a 45-second clip of Yamamoto seated at his computer before the avatar selection screen. He does not move. He is crying.